Three kids who love comic books are given one wish by a friendly ghost, Flabber. The kids wish they were their favorite comic book characters, the Beetleborgs. Drew McCormick becomes the Blue Stinger Beetleborg and the leader of the team. He gains the power of telekinesis. Well, and the ability to morph into a awesome metallic Power Ranger, basically. Anyway, that's the basic synopsis and kind of an overall, eh, synopsis about Drew the Blue Beetleborg. So let's get into it. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm bringing a very exciting review. I've been looking forward to this figure. It's actually a model kit, but it's a model kit action figure. We're getting more and more of this kind of stuff. Yolo Park's been doing Transformers really good with their air quotes model kits. These are just pieces that you snap together. There's no paint needed or anything like that, and which is great for me because I'm not a model kit person. I don't really have patience for it. But this is from Bandai Namco. It's the SMP model kits. It's going to build a fully posable figure for what they know as the Beat Fighters, I think is what it was called in Japan, or Beetle Fighter. But in America, we knew them as the Big Bad Beetleborgs. So I'm excited to bust this guy open and get it built and take a really close look at it and compare it to my figures from the 90s. Opening up the box, let's pull all this goodness out here. Few things, no trays or anything, just cardboard box and all these baggies. So got the hands here. It's kind of cool. It's kind of looks almost like how Mafex puts their hands in there. You can tell all of this, you don't have to paint it. You can if you want more of a metallic finish, but it's already, all this plastic is already in the colors that they need to be. See the head there? Was that the head? I don't know what part that is. We'll find out. So a lot of pieces. Oh yeah, see, this is the chest piece. See the silver right there. So all these baggies, this is going to be fun, he said. But you know what? To get a Beetleborg figure, I will happily put this model kit together, even though I typically do not have the patience for it. And here you go. It's our instructions, some stickers, and I think it's a piece of candy. I think so. I don't know. So, looking at all this, let's see how long it takes me to put it together. Wow, so that wasn't too hard at all. So altogether, this model kit probably took me about 2 to 2.5 hours to put together. It went together really easily. Again, there's no paint needed. You can paint that silver areas / gray areas, more of a metallic silver if you want to, if you're a little more experienced. Me, I'm good with it out of box, put together, just basic. And let me tell you, this guy looks amazing. He scales perfectly with your 6-inch figures. He'll scale good with your Lightning Collection, look great next to your Power Rangers, and I really can't wait to get Shadowborg in hand. He's supposed to come out later this year, and I really hope they do the rest. Later on, during size comparisons and everything, I will compare him next to all of my 90s Beetleborg figures, so you kind of get a good look at how accurate it is. The 90s ones did do the metallic look a little better, but like I said, you can paint this guy. The difficulty, if you're worried about it being a model kit, I'd say don't worry. I never do model kits. I didn't have any trouble with it until I got to the sticker sheet. Now, he himself, like on the figure, you don't have to apply any stickers. All the stickers go into the weapons, and I will recommend some tweezers, a lot of lighting, and a lot of patience for some of them. They are a little difficult. But when we get to looking at the weapons, I'll kind of point that out. There are a couple I did have to skip because they were way too small and way too difficult. But let's get him off the rotating base, take a closer look at all the details on the suit and the articulation. All right, so taking a closer look at the Blue Stinger Beetleborg. Look at just the detail in this sculpt. It looks great. I will say it's not, of course, it's a model kit, so it's not as solid as a regular action figure. So it's really hollow, it's really lightweight, and very breakable. So be very careful. When you're posing it, you can get some really good poses, but just be careful, especially with these shoulder pads. They pop off pretty easy. But the great thing is, if they pop off, you can just pop them right back on. But that is right there. That's a flat gray. Again, you can paint that if you want to. This is a sticker that's already placed on it. And you see all the sculpting. It's very accurate, very good articulation. Not much going on the back, but that's the way the original figures were, and if I remember correctly, that's the way the show was too. He does have his holster for his blaster. This looks really good. Before I get into articulation, let's put him down real quick and take a look at the weapons and accessories. So he does come with a set of fisted hands. I've got those on him right now. He also comes with just one left hand pointing finger hand. It only comes with one of those. And he comes with a set of like relaxed open palm hands. Comes with a set of trigger finger hands. And a set of regular weapon holding grippy hands. C-grip, if you will. So with that, he also comes with his, I forget what this is called. It's like his little sword. It attaches to the blaster in his holster, if I remember correctly. I think in the instructions you can do that attachment too. Really good paint on it. Or casted plastic, I'm not sure if that gold is paint. I think it is. You see, you do have to apply a red sticker there. Full disclaimer, I'm not the best at applying stickers. Got my fat thumbs. But this does look really good. With that, probably the hardest time I had with stickers is this black sticker, because it's so, I don't know, that just did not go on there good. And I'm not a fan of how that looks. So be wary and be just better than me when applying stickers, or get somebody that's a little more steady-handed. Now, I didn't rip it. That has cuts in it to help it not bunch up, but it was still, I just couldn't get it to apply right. This nice blue metallic sticker on both sides and right here, that looks nice. That went on easier. And this does turn, and it has the handle right here, and it, let me see if I can get it to do it. That does open up the turbine right there for when he's using it. And that you can pop that off and pop this piece on, which is more the drill. You know, that's his blade. This is the drill attachment right there. These stickers are kind of, they're not hard to put on, but they slide off easy. Because as you can see, that red on there, there's it's textured underneath to have those red bumps in the sculpt too. And that's a sticker as well. That's silver right there, but that looks nice. Also, the last accessory is in his holster. It's his blaster. We can take a look at that. Looks pretty plain. You do apply a sticker on that side. That one was pretty easy to apply. So let's look at the articulation. So getting into the articulation with this guy, it's good all over. The only hindrance is really in the torso. That's the biggest hindrance, but he is a guy in a metal suit. So starting up at the head, you do have a joint at the top of the head and the neck, but if you use that joint in the head, you're going to get that gap when you look up. So just try to keep it closer to the neck, and you can look up about that much without that ugly gap. Same with down, look up about that much. He gets tilt, and of course, he can turn all the way around. Then the shoulder pads are movable pieces, and you can move them in to cover up that gap right there with the arm. He can lift his arm out about that much. Again, you're going to see that gap though. Be careful with these because they do pop off pretty easily. And he does have a bicep swivel up there. It'll turn all the way around. Then he has double jointed elbows. And just be careful. Now, they are double jointed, but this piece right there does get in the way right there. So you're only going to get, well, you do get a decent amount of range, but it's not the best looking joint. And with the wrist, you're not getting much out of that. Not getting a whole lot of movement, just basically a swivel. And the waist, like I said, it is hindered. You only lean forward about that much and back about that much. And you do have this belt piece to cover up that joint and that gap. He will, however, turn all the way around. And he will tilt side to side. Now with the legs, the joint looks a little wonky right here. See, this piece right here moves with the leg. He will kick out that much. Don't want to force it. And see. Alright, so again, it is a model kit, so it will pop out or apart pretty easily. So don't push it beyond its limit. So you're not going to get too much back. However, you do have a double jointed knee. It's not the prettiest, but you do get a lot of range out of it. Also, it kind of has pseudo, like drop down hips. I mean, they just don't drop down too far. And it does have that thigh swivel up there. No boot cut, but this ankle is, you can twist it that much, rocks back and forth, that much down, that much up, and toe articulation right there. Now, there is that big gap. That's probably my biggest gripe as far as with how the figure looks. Is you see how they, right here at the wrist, you got this piece. I wish they would have included some for down here to really hide that gap. But yeah, articulation looks pretty good. Now, here he is holding his blaster and his sword, or whatever it's called, I can't remember. The blaster does go into the hands, the trigger finger hands very easily. I had more trouble getting his sword into his regular gripping hands. That's a tighter fit, but it will go in there, so don't worry about breaking the hands. They are pretty pliable. Just, of course, don't, force it, heat it up if you have to. And here he is with his stinger blade. Please ignore my terrible job again on the black stickers. I will say that this feels very undersized. At least this piece does. The blade's fine. I feel like the blade's a good size. But this piece right here just feels really undersized. I don't know if I'm remembering incorrectly, but I feel like it should be wider. And here he is with it with the drill attachment. That makes it look a little bigger, but I still feel like this piece should be wider right there. And of course, like I said, these stickers just want to keep sliding off because, as you can see right there, those raised parts to match those red stickers. I guess in case you didn't want to use the stickers, just kind of keep it from sticking as good as it should. Alright guys, so we know he looks great, so let's see how he scales. So our blue Stinger Beetleborg will be coming in right at about 6¼ inches tall. So that's a really good size. That's, of course, up to the top of his antenna right there. And for some comparisons, let's start out with some Power Rangers to see how he scales. Let's have him next to our remastered Red Ranger from the Lightning Collection. And our Blue Centurion from Power Rangers Turbo from the Lightning Collection. Oh, that looks so good. I really hope they do the rest of the Beetleborgs, because these scale great with Lightning Collection. And sticking with the 6-inch figure comparison, here's a Marvel Legends MCU Iron Man. Looks a good bit bigger. And somebody that the Beetleborgs would absolutely not want to run into, got Magneto from the Marvel Legends X-Men 97 wave. Of course, oh, keeps falling over. I know people are saying this Magneto's a good bit smaller, so there we go. But that looks good. Next, let's put him next to a couple other imports. Here is the Mafex T800 from Terminator 2 Judgment Day. And the SH Figuarts Andrew Garfield Amazing Spider-Man. Those scale really well together. Next, let's go a little bigger. Let's fix him right there. And put him next to the Mezco Mighty Morphin Green Ranger. And the NECA RoboCop. And if you want to go even bigger, next to the McFarlane DC Multiverse Mr. Freeze Build-A-Figure. Jeez, the guy's huge. Make sure to check out my review on this entire wave from McFarlane on the channel. And last, but certainly not least, we definitely had to compare him to our Bandai Beetleborg figures from the 90s. And like I said before, you can really tell the metallic look on these older figures. I really wish they could have included that here. Again, you can fix that with some paint if you're talented enough. But he's bigger, which is exactly what I wanted. And I'm really excited to see if they do the rest of these figures. I know Shadowborg is coming, so I can only assume that we'll get green and red down the road as well. And one of my favorite suits of all time has got to be the white Blaster Beetleborg here. He's the hardest toy to find. Took me forever to find one of him. They're usually all missing this horn because it's a separate piece, or it's extremely discolored. So I really hope they do him. So I would honestly rather get him before green and red, to be honest with you. I just think it's such a cool looking suit. So my final thoughts, the Blue Stinger Beetleborg SMP model kit from Bandai Namco. Honestly, love it. This is exactly what I've been wanting. I've been tempted to pick up the SH Figuarts figures, but they're way too expensive right now, and I'm not paying that much for older figures like that. However, I do think it's important to know what you're getting into. This is a model kit action figure, not a already pre-built action figure. So you're gonna have to put it together. It's a lot of pieces. It can be a little time consuming, a little frustrating, but I'll tell you, in my honest opinion, it's worth it. If you're a Beetleborg fan, I feel like you gotta get this guy. Like I said, I paid for him. It was about $32 US from HobbyLink Japan. He's still in stock there right now. I don't know if the price has gone up a little bit. It might have, but if it has, it's not too much. I believe you can order him off maybe Big Bad Toy Store, but you're going to be paying a premium price. You'll be paying a little more. So go check out HobbyLink Japan and scoop him up if you're interested. The accessories are good. Comes with a bunch of hands. I'm not a fan of the stickers at all. I wish they already came on there, just like his visor already has the stickers on there. He scales perfectly with Power Rangers Lightning Collection, which is exactly what I was looking for. And I'm just so pumped to have this guy. I'm really excited about Shadowborg. I've got him pre-ordered as well. He comes with, I forget what it's called, but I guess it's basically, think of it like a Battleizer mode accessories. for the Blue Stinger Beetleborg here. The backpack with like the wings and everything, that all comes with Shadowborg. So he's a little more of a deluxe. He's going to be a little more expensive. But I really hope they do the rest of the Beetleborgs. Even go into metallics, do all of them. I'll pick up all of them. But as far as difficulty, like I said, it took me about 2.5 hours altogether to put everything together. But I'm very inexperienced with model kits, so I do not think it's a difficult model kit. So if you are extremely interested and you want it, don't let that intimidate you. If I can do it, trust me, you can. So that's it, guys. I'm very happy with this figure. This kit was awesome. I, again, highly recommend it. But yeah, like this video if you enjoyed it. Sorry if I rambled on a little too much. I was just very excited about this. I've been looking forward to it for a long time. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 300 subscribers. And I appreciate everybody checking out all my content. Till next time, this is just Justin. Peace.